back to another video. Today's video will be about girl talk. So we'll be answering questions and stuff like that. And I'll be answering questions and stuff like that that people had asked me on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So when I do another one of these girl talks, then you guys can ask me more questions. But here we go with the Okay, now the main question, one of the questions I was asked was, is it okay to talk to your friend's ex? I feel it is not okay. It is not okay to talk to your friend's ex because, for one, that's their ex. And it's the reason why they broke up. It's the reason why they're not together. It's the reason why they're not doing things anymore. And if you were her friend, you would have seen and supported her through that, whatever he's put her through. So why go and mess with the guy of your friend? That makes no type of sense. That right there is foul. I wouldn't be your friend if you did something like that to me. Like, literally, I would not be your friend. I would not talk to you. I wouldn't have nothing to do with you, because I feel that if you were a friend and you were there through all the bullshit he put me through, why would you want to go through the same bullshit? That makes no type of sense. You know, you talking to a girl, a friend of yours, his ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever. They may be, might be gay, or they might be, bisexual, or whatever preference they prefer, and you choose to date their ex. That's like the foulest thing that anybody could ever do. And I would never advise anybody to date someone else's ex. I mean, everybody is an ex, but at the same time, if this was a friend of yours and you really liked her and you or him and you were good friends, why go and fuck that up with something so petty? That's the most pettiest thing that I could ever see anybody ever doing to someone. That I feel is the coldest thing anybody can ever do to someone, is dating someone else's ex. Or dating someone that's already in a relationship. I feel that's foul too. That brings it to another question. Is it okay to cheat? No. I feel it's wrong, because what you do to one person can come back on you. And I feel that it's not cool to cheat on someone you supposedly say I love you to, or don't, or say I care about you to, or don't, because you can't care about someone and love someone and do something so petty and so childish. So the person that do that is the most coldest person on earth. You have no feelings. You have no feelings towards that person if you're going to go behind their back and either date their ex or cheat on them with someone else. I mean, if you're in a relationship, that's supposed to be a 2 1-on-1 thing or a 3-on-3 thing. Because some people do choose to go have several relationships in a relationship. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say about it, That's on you. You enjoy what you enjoy. You do what you want. I've been in 3-way relationships. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're good. But I am saying that, you gotta be patient with a person in that type of way. I was asked another question. What do you call a person that posts pictures of their body? Well, there's different ways of posting their body. You can post your body and wear clothes, or like I'm doing now, I'm wearing this, but you can post a picture with no clothes on and all that. I feel a person that posts pictures or take pictures of themselves is pretty happy with themselves, so they're gonna express it the best way they can. You can't get mad at somebody the way they express themselves. Your question to me was, are they a hoe? Well, I wouldn't say they're a hoe, but I would say that they are open, free, in a way you can say. A lot of people post their body and sell it for money and everything else. Some people do that. And I don't consider them hoes. That's somebody that's the entrepreneur. You trying to make your own money the best way you know how. You know, if you feel you can't get a job, everybody can't get a job. Everybody can't do what jobs require. So they take it upon themselves to become their own entrepreneur and do what they think helps them. I can't get mad at what a person want to do. I can't get mad at a person if they want to post their body. I can't get mad at a person if they want to post their ass and their titties out. I mean, hey, the person that posted it knew that it's going to end up going viral, or it's going to end up going public, or somebody going to see it, so you take that risk. So I'm not the person to judge you on nothing. Mad at that. You know, I'm not going to call you a hoe, because that's not what you are. A hoe is somebody that, basically the definition of a hoe is somebody that sells their body and walks the street. You're not walking the street. You're selling your body, but you're not walking the street. You're not nasty. Hoes are nasty. So it's different kinds of definitions to a hoe. So I'm not gonna say every different definition, but like I said, I'm not gonna get mad at you or judge you for what you post, because I post a lot of stuff and it be funny, and sometimes it be, you know, it be serious, and sometimes it don't be serious, and sometimes it be about my business, or it'll be about that. But if you watch me, then you know my routine on what I post. You know, if you see something in a video of mine, then you seen it. Ain't no me taking it back. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm not gonna be the type person that's gonna be ashamed of something that I post. If I post it, I post it. You know. And my next question was, should a person be held accountable for cheating? The person that's cheating, yes. They should be held accountable for them cheating. They should be held accountable for them doing the deed with someone else. They should be held accountable. You know my routine on what I post. You know, if you see something in a video of mine, then you seen it. Ain't no me taking it back. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm not gonna be the type person that's gonna be ashamed of something that I post. If I post it, I post it. You know. And my next question was, should a person be held accountable for cheating? The person that's cheating, yes. They should be held accountable for them cheating. They should be held accountable for them doing the deed with someone else. They should be held accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable for the things you do, then you're not honest with yourself. Because being held accountable means that you're honest with yourself and those around you. So I think the person that cheated should hold themselves accountable for their wrongdoing. Somebody asked me, is cheating fair if they're both doing it? Well, if you're both doing it, then you're in a poly relationship, and y'all both need to figure it out and do what y'all need to do to fix it and make it right. But if y'all doing it, y'all both doing it, y'all in a relationship, and neither one of the persons know, or one of the persons know, or y'all both know y'all doing each other wrong, then there's no need to be in a relationship with that person. That's a waste of time. The hell? You gonna waste your time on with somebody that's gonna do you wrong. That's what I don't get with some of these females that I meet up with, you know, some of them, you know, they be in toxic relationships. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say what they be doing, but they be in toxic relationships, really toxic relationships, and still stay with that person, you know. They live with this person, still have sex with this person, still raise kids with this person. I feel if you have kids in a relationship and it's toxic, then both y'all need to learn how to co-parent in different homes. But, you know, I've known a lot of women that do that, and I don't understand why. Why go and put yourself through that? You know what I mean? When you can prevent it. When you can walk away from it. When you can say, hey, this is not healthy for me, I'm gone. I mean, it's not hard to say goodbye. It's hard to say goodbye to your loved ones, but somebody that you truly hate, because at that point, when you want to leave, that means you hate them. You just know that's just not the person you want to be with. You know, you just know it. You just know that you need to step back and reevaluate who you are when it comes to that, because if you can still sit there and lay next to this person after they didn't harm your child, there's no need for you to get mad at get mad at him, because at this point it's your fault too. There are some toxic relationships that are verbal. There are some toxic relationships that are physical. Now, I feel when it gets physical, you should get the fuck on. Period. But when it gets verbal, if you got a mouth, he got a mouth. He gonna say what he wanna say, and you gonna say what you wanna say. But I still feel that if it get to a point where he's totally disrespecting you in a verbal toxic relationship, you should still get the fuck on. I'm gonna tell you guys a story about a friend of mine that was in a relationship and what she did to get out of that relationship. And that friend is me. Was in a relationship for 2 years, and in the 2 years we argued. We constantly argued, like literally argued about every little thing, every little small little thing. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, for 2 years I didn't dealt with this. Maybe it was going to change. I thought about it every 6 months, thought about it, okay, oh, is this going to change? Is it going to change? You know, so that's why it took 2 years. End up having a baby by this person. And then it got verbal. I'm going to tell you guys a story about a friend of mine that was in a relationship and what she did to get out of that relationship. And that friend is me. Was in a relationship for 2 years, and in the 2 years we argued. We constantly argued, like literally argued about every little thing, every little small little thing. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, for 2 years I didn't dealt with this. Maybe it was going to change. I thought about it every 6 months, thought about it, okay, oh, is this going to change? Is it going to change? You know, so that's why it took 2 years. End up having a baby by this person. And then it got verbal and physical at that time with having a child, you know. And I knew when it was time for me to go was when he hit me the first time. The first time. Wasn't no second. Wasn't no third. The words weren't shit. But when you touch me, that's a total another thing. there was like literally no bone in my body that had me think second guessing if I leave with my child gonna think I ain't give a fuck what my child thought. I gave a fuck about my child. And I thought that it would be healthier for me to go as well for my child. But the first time he hit me, I was gone. Wasn't no calling me. Wasn't no telling me, oh, sorry. That's not my type of person that if you show me your true colors the first time, I don't fuck with you again. Like, I feel like I give you a chance. I let you tell me who you are. I let you explain to me who you are. Because during the arguments with him, it was never me saying anything because I was letting him say how he felt. And at the end, I said how I felt. And mine's hurt worse because I was in a calm tone and I wasn't high. So everything I said to him hurt. Because what I said to him said it with the open heart. So he felt that pain. So, but I left that relationship, and I'm now in another relationship that I learned from that last relationship. The question again is, do you learn from your relationships that you used to be in, and what have you learned? I've learned that to trust the process, trust him, just trust the process. Because if you feel like, how do I say this? If you feel like this is someone you can't trust, there's no need to be in a relationship. If you can't trust them, that's it. You can't be in a relationship with anybody that you don't trust. There's nothing growing. You can't be in a relationship and not want it to change. Yeah, the first couple of months are sweet, kind, cool, he cool to you. Y'all doing shit together, y'all going places, y'all seeing shit. And then, say a year later, y'all arguing over little petty stuff, but y'all still good. Then, y'all not really going anywhere. Y'all sit in the house still. And it becomes, a revolving thing, but it's still revolving and changing. So you can't be in a relationship and not expect change. You can't. Because if you're not seeing change, then y'all not growing. Y'all not doing anything. Y'all not. Okay, and then I got another question that says, how do you feel about marriage now that you are married? To each his own. Because some people feel that it's the next step. Some people feel that you have to make that step. Some people feel that it's stupid to do because they feel that if you're living with that person for so many years that you are literally still married to that person or married to that person in a relationship sense because y'all been together for so long. I feel to each his own, like I said, because I feel different. I feel that being married is a journey in itself because you are working with two different emotions, two different personalities, two different human beings, what I call species. And y'all believe in things different, Sometimes sometimes you can find someone that has the same views as you do, but sometimes the views change because of certain things that happen or things that happen during a relationship that change your view on some things. But a relationship, if you want to get married, I'll say this: if you choose to get married, think about the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life instead of thinking about yourself, because that's going to be something you have to do 24/7 in your relationship, is think about that person that you're with and believe that that person's thinking about you the same way. I would never do that to a person, like compare my relationship to theirs, because mine is way different from anybody's relationship that's out there. So I would never compare my relationship to, especially a YouTube relationship, because what you see on YouTube might not be what you see what's really happening in closed doors. So, not saying they fake their relationship, not saying that they have fake relationships, but some things you show for the camera that you don't show when the camera's off. So that's why I don't compare my relationship to a YouTuber. Next question was, have you ever been cheated on, and how did you handle it? Well, yes, I've been cheated on by several relationships that I was in. I was cheated on once and I left. The second time I left. The third time I didn't. I'm being honest with you. I was cheated on in this relationship, but it wasn't to me as far as a big of a deal as it was with the other past two relationships. Next question was, should you change yourself to fit the person you with? I feel that you should not change yourself to be with the person that you with, because if that person likes video games and you like video games but you don't play them as much, but you try to fit in and do something more than you used to usually do, and that puts it like you being dishonest with yourself, because you're not saying that you like video games, you're saying that I'm trying to be like you, and that's what you should never do. I feel you should never try to make yourself be that person that you're with in marriage or in a regular relationship. If you are your own individual, be yourself. That's your own original self. You are your own person. You are your own you. So you should never change that for him or her, because I feel that that's being fake. Period. That's being fake. Next question was, would you have another three-way relationship and why? And then add on to that question is, do they change the main relationship that you're in? Would I have another three-way relationship? No. And why is because I've grown out of that. I mean, I'm still bisexual. I still have interest in women, but as far as wanting a woman in my relationship, at this point, no. Because we've done that. That was a fun thing we did, and I want to leave it at that. I want to leave it at that, and because it does change your relationship in a way, because you see how she is with him or he is with her, and you kind of, look at each other different. Now, you're in a good relationship, you can come back from that and talk about it. Like, oh, babe, you were like this when you were with her. what can I do for you to have the same response from me? You know, if you can sit down and talk after something like that, then you're good. Well, you guys, that's the end of the girl talk. Um, uh, the description of everything would be that I said would be down in the description box. Hope you like this video. Hope to see you in the next. Keep it clear. Well, you guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you like the girl talk, and if I answered any of your questions right, and you got any more questions to ask me, just ask me down in the description box at the bottom. Or leave a comment and ask the question again, and I'll get to it and have another girl talk. So, hope you follow, like, and share. Keep it classy.